is there's a scale, right? So if, like for me, I play a lot of TCGs, I play a lot of card games. So competitive to me is I go to I travel, I go to a DLC, I spend a lot of money to do that. And players who often that's competitive. But for someone who maybe has never played a TCG before, they're learning about this game. Competitive to them is the social anxiety of having to go into a local gaming store for the first time ever and talk to 12 people. So that's an entirely reasonable and that's an entirely reasonable thing to be concerned about if you've never done this before. I felt that way once before, and some people might too. And I think that we want to. This is a very inclusive game. It's my favorite thing about Disney Lorcana. People of all ages, of all intellectual ability, of everything, just of anybody can jump into this game at any level, and whatever you may be competitive to you, I think is really what matters the most. So, learning about 10-person local events, set champs, or even something like this, an event being held at a school, out of a school auditorium with 30 people. This is competitive for some of the people that are in this room, and they're going to get their chance to meet somebody like Hector, not who, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Hector Harris, he won a CCS. He has placed in the top 32 and top 64 of DLCs before. You've got Jonathan Williams here, who is a multi-time Golden Mickey winner, 2 times, in fact, if my numbers are correct. And so they're going to get to mingle with these people, not even know like the accomplishments
right
that they attained, and be like, yeah, that was a nice guy, that was a cool dude, that was a cool person. And it's just so funny to me to think that that could happen here.
Yeah. Nope. Totally agree. Totally agree. I love. I don't know. I just love local or and they have different flavor. I love DLCs, and I love local-ish, Lorcana, Disney Lorcana as well.
Yeah.
And we missed round 1 on stream. We were dealing with
Yep.
tech issues, as you said. Stitch was chewing the cable. It was a whole big thing. Had to chase him away, distract him with peanut butter actually. But but Gabe and I got to watch a little bit of it, and we got to see again some competitive Lorcana. We saw Hector piloting Blurple, which is one of the bogeymen of the past few sets and continues to be just menacing in the Winterspell meta. So you're again one of the best players on one of the best decks into Blue Steel, I believe it was, and so that was cool to see some allies and the new Lilo running around. Blurple took it down, as I think you would expect it to, but it was a fun game, and so we're gonna see a lot more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's and just to give you for my hyper competitive players. So if you are a casual player, one thing that you're going to learn about this game is that the more it's like sports, like the more involved you get, the more you like it, the more the data matters to you. Like the data is so important at such a high level. So let me give you just one of the stats. We're still compiling all the numbers, but I can tell you that of the 29 players that are in this room, 9 of them are playing Blurple. So that's 33% of this room playing Blurple right now. The number of players, so the ink pairing that won DLC Richmond, green blue, or as we call it, emerald sapphire. You would think that, hey, it won a DLC in the North America. Well, the meta matters and the new cards matter. There are currently 2 in this room. There's 2 in this room. Yeah, there's 2 in this room. And so you have to wonder, when you think about, if you're outside, if you're not here yet, a month ago, this event's coming. You start to see these reveals. You start to see these cards in Winterspell, and you say, hey, so what are people likely to play? I go online. I check in my Discords with my friends and the people I like. I go to the Disney Lorcana Discord, and maybe I talk to some people about the game. And what I'm hearing is, man, Blurple is the best deck in the format. Blurple. So if I'm going to try to beat something that beats Blurple, what would I bring? Well, I might try to bring green blue. I might try to bring a deck that just has a little bit more of a control element against it. And then conversely, you have someone like Mark, who played against Hector, who said, you know what, if there's going to be a lot of Blurple, maybe I got to be a little bit faster. Maybe I'll play Alice, and I'll put Ward on that bundled up Lilo and try to see if I can sneak in if I do accidentally root for one or the other too much. You know, like, we got to tread carefully here, Liam. You got to tread cautiously.
That's true. These matches they're kind of like bittersweet because on the one hand, yeah, one of you is going to lose, take a loss, and a lot harder to make the top cut at this point in time. But also, one of you is going to advance. One of you is going to go 2-0 perhaps. So, there's it's bittersweet, but I'm sure each one of them wants to be the one to go that 2-0. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool match. I'm excited for it.
I am too, and I'll tell you, I actually spoke to both of them, and of course, they both said that they were both going to win, and they were both going to go undefeated. So, one of the there's my taking a look at the camera, trying to say hi. Zeke saying hi as well.